So today, I wanted to do something a little different. Most people that are watching this are probably people that know me on social media because I don't have that many subscribers. But if you know me, you probably know that I do suffer from sickle cell disease. I don't really like to say suffer from, but that's kind of like the proper term or whatever. But I do have sickle cell disease. It's a disease of the red blood cells, and it can cause many things such as painful crises, often high risk of stroke, high risk of acute chest syndrome, and a lot of other problems because of sickle cell disease. But this month is September. This month is National Sickle Cell Disease Awareness Month, or Sickle Cell Awareness Month. I don't know the exact term, but so because of this, September being National Sickle Cell Awareness Month, I wanted to go ahead and do a video aimed at the sickle cell audience and also aimed at teaching people about sickle cell. And because of that, I wanted to come to you with a video saying the 5 reasons why I'm glad I have sickle cell disease. And I know this might sound crazy to say, I'm glad to have a disease, which I'm not necessarily saying that I'm, ecstatic that I have the disease, but I feel like there's positive in every situation. And the situation here being, my life, because I've had sickle cell my entire life. There are definitely positive things that have come out of this, and I would be stupid to say that it's all bad and that me having sickle cell has not affected my life in a positive way. It has definitely affected me in a negative way, but has also affected me in a positive way as well. The number one thing, the first thing I'll say that the first reason that I'm glad that I have sickle cell disease is because I have met some amazing people. Because I have sickle cell disease, I have been able to be in some amazing circles because I have sickle cell disease. One, I've had some amazing friends that I've met through sickle cell camps. Well, only one camp, Camp Crescent. Hey, but through programs like that, I was able to meet wonderful people that are my age or a little bit older that can, either mentor me or that I can talk to about different things. It's like this is with any identity group. So, being a girl, you might have guy friends, but there are certain things that you might not want to talk to your guy friends about, like periods, and having sickle cell, it's like I can talk to my other friends about it, but they don't really understand, like my friends with sickle cell, it's like, dang, you be going to the hospital and nurses be saying that crazy stuff to you, or dang, like they tried to put you on that medicine and it didn't work either. I don't know, it's just something that somebody without sickle cell would not understand. Also, I've been able to meet great people that are not necessarily in the community, but that are doing a lot of things for the community. So for example, the doctor that I have here at school, he's well renowned internationally for his work with sickle cell. And he's just so dedicated to helping children and adults with sickle cell disease. And he's really the reason I go to the university I go to today, because, I've known him since I was a child. And he wrote my letter of recommendation. He's just very willing not only to get involved on the medical side of things, but also to, be mentors to students with sickle cell. Help us along the way. He's just really willing to go that extra mile. And I would not have met him if I didn't have sickle cell. How would I have met him? I'm not gonna say his name, or I'm not gonna say the university I go to because he's associated with it. And I'm not saying that anything in this video is gonna be negative, but I don't want to associate with him with something that I haven't asked his permission, even though I don't think he would care. But still, that's But yeah, so definitely friends, supporters, mentors. I've met all types of people through sickle cell disease, which has opened many doors for me that might not have been opened had I not had sickle cell disease. So yeah, that's number one. The number two reason why I'm glad I have sickle cell disease is because I wouldn't be who I am without the struggle. And what I mean by that is I take pride in knowing that it was harder for me to do something. So something similar, I guess an analogy would be, you know, the black community and saying something maybe like Obama being president. This is not necessarily the same thing, but you know, he knows, you know, how hard it was for black people to even be able to vote. And now, you know, we had our first black president. And it's something that's like, it feels even better knowing how much we weren't supposed to have that. It feels even better knowing how many people didn't want us to have that. Didn't want America to have it really, because, you know, Obama was a good president for the entire country. But I don't know. But I'm just saying it's like analogous to black people. Like, even though black people have to, you know, it's not analogous. It's very similar to black people. Even though black people had to, you know, work very hard to get what we have, and, you know, we have to do 10 times as much as, you know, our white counterpart, we still get it. And, you know, I just feel good knowing that, you know what, even though I'm black, a woman, and I'm sick, I miss class because I'm in the hospital, I'm still able to compete with these people. I'm still able to be at one of the top schools in the nation. You know, that I don't know, it's just, there's beauty in the struggle. Like, it's very hard for me to explain it in a way. Like, it makes no sense to be like, I'm happy that I don't have to work harder, I'm happy that I have to do more. It just makes me, I take pride in knowing that everything I've done, I probably have done it with, it was probably harder for me to do it than anybody else doing it, because of the fact that not only, you know, do I have, like I said, being a double minority with being black and a woman, I have like a real illness that really causes me to be in the hospital, really causes me to be like very sick. Like, I don't know, I just take pride in that. So I mean, that might sound weird, but I feel like I didn't phrase it right, but I know y'all understand what I'm saying. The reason why I'm glad that I have sickle cell disease is because it really is the reason why I'm able to have so much empathy for certain situations. Being in the hospital and seeing the stuff you see in hospitals so often, like, I just feel like it makes it easier for me to really empathize with people. Not all the time. I'm not saying I'm the most empathetic person, or saying that I can't work on that, because I feel like everybody can be more empathetic to people's situations. But it just, I feel like, you know, it's one thing to, you know, say a lot of people probably that are watching this have known somebody that, you know, let's say has cancer. And sure, everybody says, wow, that's sad. Or, you know, they might feel bad. They might even cry. You know, but I feel like you have the ability to really understand struggling, especially when it has to do with health, a little bit more when you've had to struggle. I'm also glad that I have sickle cell disease, because I feel like I have the ability to be a role model to other people that have sickle cell disease. And at times that can feel like a burden, because I feel like pressure on my back. Even though people might not be, you know, literally pressuring me, I just feel like, oh, I have to just prove to people that, like, kids with sickle cell can do this. You know, we can graduate from this schools, we can get these degrees, we can, you know, be successful, have these top jobs. Like, kids with sickle cell, we do have a lot of people that we can look up to, like, you know, T-Boz and Prodigy, rest in peace. But a lot of the people that we usually hear about that have sickle cell disease are entertainers. And, you know, it's not realistic to think that every kid wants to be an entertainer, especially with sickle cell disease, because that's like very strenuous on your body. You know, big ups to them for doing it, but I'm just saying that's not realistic to think that everybody wants to do that. Which is why I very much take pride in, you know, but which is why I feel like, if not me, who? And I'm not going to be the person that tells kids with sickle cell or shows them, yes, you can go to college. Yes, you don't have to, you know, get a dead-end job or only be a social worker. Like, you have more potential than that. If not me, who? And I just feel like whatever I have to do, like, I don't know, like, there are so many statistics y'all would not believe, like, saying, because it's, I guess it's partially true, you know, kids with sickle cell cannot perform in school because they miss so many classes because they're sick. Because my mom has worked with me so much to combat those stereotypes, I must now go out, prove that I can combat those stereotypes, and also help to combat those stereotypes in other kids with sickle cell. I don't want them to believe that, like, what this doctor is telling you, what these statistics are telling you, are the end all be all for you, because it's not. Just like T-Boz has said many times, like, you know, a doctor told her mom she wasn't going to live past 30 and that she would never have kids. Look at her now. 2 kids, you know, live past 30, has an amazing life, and that doctor would have never seen that for her. So I just really want to show kids with sickle cell there is more for you out there, which is why I kind of like am okay putting the burden on my back. I'm okay putting the sickle cell community on my back, which is why I feel like I have to perform better and better and better every time with everything I do. Finally, I guess, like, to sum up why I'm happy that I have sickle cell disease, is the benefits are better than the burden. So I went to church today, and I have been planning to make this video. I actually was gonna wake up and make it this morning, but then, as y'all can probably see, my lighting is all messed up. I realized, like, my setup was all messed up in my dorm room in comparison to how it is in my house. So then I was like, okay, wow, the setup is still messed up, but whatever. But the point is, I went to church. Before I went to church, I was thinking, you know, I want to make this video, but I don't even want to title it I'm happy I have sickle cell, because why would I be happy that I have a disease? Why would I be happy that I have something that's, you know, making me, you know, more likely to have strokes, making me have silent strokes, you know, affecting my body for the rest of my life, causing irreversible damage? Why would I be happy that I have something like that? Like, yeah, there are benefits, but why would I be happy about it? And when I went to church, the pastor was speaking about how, you know, standing with God, there are, you know, benefits. There are going to be burdens, but those benefits are going to outweigh those burdens. And he said at the end, the same God that has allowed my body to be ridden with pain is the same God that will heal me and make me better. And it just really, like, brought it full circle to me, the sermon, because I'm just like, if if I did not have sickle cell, I would not be at the school I'm at, y'all. I'm not gonna say what school I'm at, but it's a pretty high ranking school. And I'm telling you right now, like I said about that doctor, if I did not know him, I would not be here. If I did not have sickle cell, I would not work as hard as I do. If I did not have sickle cell, I would not have the perspectives that I do. So as I sat there and thought, you know, why should I say I'm happy to have sickle cell? You know, in actuality, as much, you know, the same God that has, you know, caused, well, not caused, but has, you know, allowed this pain from sickle cell to happen to me, is the same God that has also caused all the positive things in my life. And all those positives outweigh the bad, no matter how much sickle cell has affected it, you know? So I don't know how I want to, like, sum this up for y'all, because I feel like it just makes no sense. And I feel like people with sickle cell probably might see this and think, like, don't make it seem like this is all, like, fun and games to them, because it's not at all. As much as I like to think sometimes, you know, oh, if I didn't have sickle cell, I would do this, I would do that, like, I would not be the same person I am today. And I can't even imagine not being me. As much as I want to say that, I can't imagine, like, how I would really be if I didn't have sickle cell. So therefore, I'm just happy that my benefits have outweighed my burdens. If I die today, I would never say that sickle cell has burdened my life so much to the point that it outweighs the great things that it has caused for me and the great things in my life in general. Like, I couldn't say that. So I hope this video doesn't seem like a bunch of rambling. I'm sure it does, but I just want y'all to know that, you know, I love y'all. Thank y'all for listening so much, because I know this is kind of, might be a boring topic, but it was very real. And If you have any questions about sickle cell, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm gonna put some information in the bio of this video that is just, you know, for some basics about sickle cell. I'm also going to do a video about sickle cell, like the disease, and some facts about it, kind of, you know, teaching you all about it. But yeah, but until then, I'm just gonna put some facts in the bio so you can get a little bit of information before I do that video. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
What we do here is go back.
Oh.